The next gland which we are going to discuss is parathyroid gland. Parathyroid glands are situated on the posterior surface of the lobes of thyroid gland. They are four in number, named as superior and inferior parathyroid glands. See, this is one lobe of the thyroid, the second lobe of the thyroid, connected by a non-secretory part called as isthmus. This is superior parathyroid. This is the inferior parathyroid. They are arranged as compact mass. These two are called as the superior parathyroid, while these two are called as the inferior parathyroid. Inferior parathyroid. There are four in number, termed as superior and inferior parathyroid glands, and the parathyroid glands are in compact mass like this, a pair of superior and a pair of inferior parathyroid glands in compact mass. The cells of the glands are arranged in a compact mass, closely arranged group of cells. The parathyroid secrete a hormone called as parathyroid or PTH, also called as Colip's hormone. Another name for the hormone is Colip's hormone. It is also called as PTH or parathyroid. The hormone regulates calcium and phosphate levels between blood and the other tissues. Maintenance of calcium level in the blood is the main function of the parathyroid. Regulates the balance of calcium in blood. Release of PTH increases calcium level. Release of PTH increases blood calcium level. It draws calcium from bones, increases calcium absorption in the digestive tract, and reduces loss of calcium in the urine. How it increases the level of calcium? PTH is essential for increasing the level of calcium in the blood. How it increases the level of calcium in the blood? First thing is that it increases the absorption of calcium in the digestive tract. When you consume food containing calcium minerals, after digestion, calcium will be in the digestive tract. From the digestive tract, blood will absorb it, and absorption of calcium from the digestive tract into the blood is facilitated by PTH. And if there is no calcium in the digestive tract, it takes calcium from the bones and brings it to the blood so that the level of calcium can be increased. It can draw calcium from digestive tract, from the digested food. It can draw calcium from the bone and bring it to the blood, and also prevents the loss of calcium through the urine. It reduces the loss of calcium through urine. By these three mechanisms, it can increase, PTH can increase the level of calcium in the blood. One is that it can draw calcium from the bones. It can facilitate the absorption of calcium from the digestive tract. It also reduces the loss of calcium through the urine. Concentration of calcium and phosphate is maintained by PTH and calcitonin, which forms an antagonistic pair. Antagonistic pair means opposite pair. Concentration of calcium and phosphorus. PTH increases the level of calcium. PTH can increase the level of calcium in blood, and calcitonin can decrease the level of calcium. Calcitonin decreases the level of calcium. It can decrease the level of calcium in blood. PTH can increase the level of calcium in blood, while calcitonin can reduce the level of calcium in blood. So the activity, one is to increase and the other one is to reduce. So it is called as an antagonistic pair. It is called as an opposite pair. Concentration of calcium and phosphate is maintained by PTH and calcitonin and forms an antagonistic pair. Calcitonin is secreted by the C cells of the thyroid gland. They are also called as thyrocalcitonin. Hyposecretion of PTH. If PTH is reduced in lesser quantity, it lowers the calcium in blood. It can reduce the level of calcium in blood. Because of this, hyposecretion of PTH, low secretion of PTH means decrease the level of calcium in blood, lesser calcium in the blood. As a result of that, this can increase the excitability of nerves and muscle, causing muscle twitch and spasms called as parathyroid tetany or hypocalcemic tetany. It is called, maybe called as hypocalcemic tetany. Hypocalcemic tetany arises due to the lesser level of calcium in the blood. Why calcium level is less? Because amount of parathyroid hormone is less. It is called as muscle twitch or spasms called parathyroid tetany or hypocalcemic tetany. Hypersecretion, if it is secreted in larger quantity, it is responsible for more absorption of calcium from bones. This results in demineralization of bones. That may result in demineralization of bones, resulting in softening, bending and fracture of bones called as osteoporosis. If PTH is produced in greater quantity, it will influence the blood to maintain high level of calcium. In order to maintain higher level of calcium, more and more calcium is taken from the bones. As a result, bones becomes thin, it can become soft, undergo bending as well as fracturing. The phenomenon is called as what? Osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is demineralization of the bones. Why the bones are demineralized? Because more amount of calcium is required in the blood. Why more amount of calcium is required in the blood? Because there is increased amount of PTH in the blood. And what is that condition called? Osteoporosis. What are the effects of osteoporosis? That may result in softening of bones, bending of bones and fracturing of bones. And it is common in women who reached menopause. Menopause means the female who has lost her ability to reproduce, has reached into a state called as menopause. In menopause females, osteoporosis is generally observed. The position of the parathyroid gland. The main labels: thyroid gland, we have superior parathyroid gland, we have inferior parathyroid gland, the hyoid bone, the bone that supports the base of the tongue, and of course the epiglottis. Main labels are main labels are the thyroid, then we have superior parathyroid gland, the inferior parathyroid gland, hyoid bone and the epiglottis are the main labels to be made here. Next one is the thymus gland, that will be discussed in the next class.